It's time once again for a very special couple of cold ones with Corey and Carlisle.
No, why is it special? Are you going to touch me or something in this?
It's like it's after school special, man. This is a heavy episode, dude. We didn't lose one person this weekend. We lost two.
I know.
And it's not like, we lost little small people or people who, were on death's door for a while. These were both kind of surprises.
Yeah, they were, especially one of them. We're going to go ahead and talk about that after we do what we do, which is every week we do the countdown.
Yeah, this one's not very interesting. We'll blow through this. The top five. Brought to you this week by whatever strange beer Corey picked up at the Corner Mart.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
It's all right.
Because I went there. We have a beer mecca next door to me, next door to the studio here.
Well, it's the indie beer place. It's where you go to buy indie beers from people who know beer.
Well, yeah, home brewed, or what do you call it? Brewed locally, microbrewed, weird beers from different countries. And this is the Left Hand Brewing Company here. I don't know where they're from. It's got a big cow on the bottle, and it says Milk Stout. Now, just keep in mind, I would normally not get something that says Milk Stout. Milk and beer do not go together, at least not for me. Maybe in China or something they do. But the guy said that this was one of their best-selling beers there, and I said I need to try something different. Tried to keep in mind what you liked. He said, you want something hoppy? And I said, no, Carlisle doesn't like hoppy.
Carlisle doesn't like hoppy.
It doesn't make him hoppy or happy. So I went ahead and got this, and I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm not really crazy about it. It just tastes like coffee.
Oh, it doesn't taste like coffee.
It tastes like somebody poured beer into my coffee or coffee into my beer.
Oh, well, I guess.
I mean, now it tastes bad. Now I said that.
But no, I mean, now that you mention it, it's like, okay, I can see that taste. I drink coffee so much that I don't even notice coffee taste anymore.
See, I do not drink coffee whatsoever. Not that I have anything against it. I just don't. I'm hyper enough without it.
I did a pot and a half today already.
So you're used to this, then. This is good for you.
No, because this is beer. I never mix my beer and coffee. It's not like, hey, it'd be a great idea. No.
Okay, you know what? I did that. To save money, I mixed some coffee with some beer.
That wouldn't surprise me.
And
here's some coffee that's been sitting here for 3 days, and here's some beer that's been sitting here for 3 days. Let's put it on ice.
This is a new beer I found. No, I don't know about this.
It's not a bad. I mean, we're talking like it's bad. No, it's not a bad beer. You shouldn't have said the name now.
No, I like it.
People are going to be pissed.
No, I'm not going to be pissed. It's a good beer. Like I said, it's one of their best-selling beers over at the Whip Inn. So a lot of people like it. To hell with what we say.
I'm really big into the Modelo Especial right now. I just dig that.
See, I'm just trying something different. You should have told me you wanted that because I love that beer.
Why do you think I bring that every week?
Okay, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set a beer referendum here. So I would keep getting the same thing that I know you like until you say, let's try something different.
Okay.
And if I call you and say, when you say, Corey, it's your day to get the beer, but don't get that shit you got last week. Get something different. Surprise me. All right. So that's what we'll do.
Okay.
So with that said, diplomacy, beer diplomacy. I think if the world was full of alcoholics, we'd be all right.
We are. That's why there's like 3 or 4 wars that started.
Oh, it doesn't help? Oh, man. All right, so let's see. You're right. The top 5 is nothing big
it's
this
dull.
week.
All right, number 5.
Step Brothers.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Number 5.
So you just making up for the last 2 weeks where you didn't sing?
No, I'm feeling the soul this week. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that Memphis sound.
Okay, you got the spirits coming through you.
I do.
That was all right. That was not bad for a white dude. $80 million Step Brothers has made so far. Not bad, man. Not bad for a movie that I thought was shitty.
That was a total waste of my fucking time. But it's
just right when you thought people were getting tired of Will Ferrell and doing the same shit. He comes out with this, which is worse than the last thing that he did. Semi-Pro, nobody wanted to see that. And I didn't like
the word on it isn't positive. People just keep going and seeing it.
Whatever, man.
But you know what? We'll get to it in a little bit. Let's go to number 4.
Okay. New entry this week. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2.
Dos.
Pantalones dos.
Pantalones dos.
So that has made, since it opened Wednesday,
Los Foxy Amigos.
No, not all Foxy Amigos, Amigas or whatever. Chiqueritas.
What are you talking about? They're all cutie. Oh, please, like there's a single one of them you wouldn't put your dick in.
No, when you put it like that, that sounds so bad.
When you put it like that, so crassly, of course, I would put my dick in all of them.
No, I would like to say I would like to have intercourse with them, applying my genitalia. Let's not get crass now. Come on, these are young girls here, fresh out of high school.
No, they're not. Oh my God, are these girls so not young girls?
How old? Okay, in this movie we have one that I know in particular, America Ferrera or whatever, Ugly Betty. Now, I know in some movies she appears older than what she appears in this movie.
You guys mentioned that, but all of the girls are, somebody in some respect.
I know. I just saying this is the one I recognize the most. I don't watch a whole lot of television.
Joan of Arcadia?
I don't watch a whole lot of television.
But you're okay.
I mean, this girl, America Ferrari, whatever. Ferrera. I mean, she's in movies, and the last thing I remember seeing her in was Under the Same Moon, and she looked older in that movie. Now, how old is this girl for real? So I can stop feeling guilty.
They're all in their 20s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every last one of them, dude.
Yes, I stick my dick up in them.
That's right. You could totally rub one out to these girls and feel totally justified in doing so.
Guilt-free.
Guilt-free,
because I was watching these clips of this movie, feeling all bad, having breaking out in cold sweats, and now I'm gonna have a party tonight.
That's right.
Well, this movie, man, I don't know. You tell me. Is this good? I like it raw. I don't use anything. I use my hand.
Is the $10 million it made good?
$10 million it made this weekend, but it made almost $20 million, $19,712,000 since Wednesday.
$20 million for this movie is incredible. I mean, this movie was dumped in August because they knew it wasn't going to do incredibly well. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Everyone's doing well. Everybody's benefiting from the whole Batman thing. Everybody's going out to the movie theater. All the movies carried really well this weekend.
Is this why Step Brothers is doing well, you think?
No, I think Step Brothers is doing well because it was the only comedy that was out that was for adults.
That's what I thought.
I mean, had it swapped places with Pineapple Express, I think Pineapple Express would be just plowing through. While Step Brothers, if it were released this weekend, people would be shrugging at it, going, you know what, Pineapple Express was better.
But see, because I was thinking the same thing, because they keep doing that thing where they put a big number one on the screen. So if you can't hear, you're thinking Step Brothers was number one, but they say number one comedy this weekend, Step Brothers, and
because it's the only real comedy that was out there until this weekend.
Yeah. So,
and then number 3.
Had your tongue all out on that one and everything. Thought you would turn into a werewolf over there. Wow. It is The Mummy, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Okay, and then we have number 2.
I know you hated The Mummy so bad, but that movie has made $70 million in a span of 2 weeks. People love these mummy movies, man.
Well, except that, did you see the sharp drop-off? I mean, how much did it make last weekend? It made like $42 million. It was just shy of what Batman made last weekend.
Yeah, and it dropped down to $16 million this week.
$16 million.
$70,671,000. Not bad. It has yet to be seen if it would break 100 million, and that's what everybody wants it to do. Ooh, excuse me, this cow's getting to me. This cow beer. All right, so
number 2.
Okay, there you go.
I knew talking about number 2.
You had some oomph to go in there with it.
Good God, got number 2.
Okay, don't hurt yourself now. Don't hurt me.
I'm going to hurt myself in the number 2.
Okay, it's Pineapple Express. Check and see if there's a turd in that seat real quick.
I think that was the joke, dude. I think welcome to the...
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part.
Okay. The number 2. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, Pineapple Express, dude. God, that was a... that was a fun review.
Yeah, everybody keeps talking about that. It's like, what were y'all doing on that? Like, hey, don't ask me. There wasn't a joint to be seen in that review, so don't anybody accuse us of doing any kind of dope.
Nothing.
No, it was a heavy smog going on that day, and that's all you saw. We just had everybody was hungry and having a good time. But right. Pineapple Express, everybody wants to see stoner comedy, man, and this one is like everyone's talking about how this is the return of the action comedy, even more than a stoner comedy, because we've had a lot of stoner comedies coming out as of recent. So this is a lot of people are saying, wow, it's something like Beverly Hills Cop and some other action movies that had comedy.
Except that it was more of a parody of those. I mean, that was kind of the point.
That's what I'm thinking. The blood is throwing people off in this movie because I said I still don't like the action part of this movie, but I can even see that it was done kind of jokingly.
I loved the action in it because the action wasn't serious at all. The action was always over the top, but not so over the top that it was just goofy. It was at that level that you'd see in these various other comedies. It was a great satire of that kind of environment.
See, I didn't see the satire. I saw them.
I know you did, but that doesn't surprise me. That movie was entirely satirical. Every single person in that movie, nobody was competent. No one was competent, but they weren't all functionally retarded. It was the type of incompetence that you see on a daily level.
It wasn't Will Ferrell running around doing this stuff. No, not like that. No, I thought the movie was funny. I just, like I said, I just didn't. Even from a technical standpoint, I don't think the action parts were all that great. But it's a funny movie. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with anyone with that. I had fun watching it. Glad it made $40 million.
Yeah,
quite a bit. $40,474,000, and that's not bad. That also opened up on Wednesday. So why are they opening up these movies on Wednesday? They're not like these higher profile, like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants 2. Why Wednesday? Who was dying to see that movie on Wednesday?
What was the rating of that movie?
That was, I think that was PG-13.
Yeah. Do you realize that the kids haven't gone back to school yet?
Are they not back in school?
No. And so you've got all these preteen girls who, hey, what are we going to do? Hey, on Wednesday afternoon, let's all go see Traveling Pants 2 together.
I thought kids had started school.
No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe in some areas, but nationwide, they haven't started school yet. So this is that last weekend. I don't know why they opened Pineapple Express on Wednesday, but, it wasn't a bad idea. They made $20 million over the course of Wednesday and Thursday. You look at these numbers, and they're like, oh, it made $20 million for the weekend. It's made $40 million overall. It made $20 million in 2 days from Wednesday to Thursday. And this opened on Friday. Odds are they would have made $40 million. But by opening on that Wednesday, they got that. I mean, they made a lot of money.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad idea.
No, I didn't just know kids are back in school. Take your little ass back to school.
I know why Pineapple Express did it. I mean, that makes sense. Pineapple Express wanted to move out of the way of Tropic Thunder. And they got 2 extra days before Tropic Thunder came out.
Yeah, because Tropic Thunder comes up next week.
To pardon the pun, which is going to be used all next weekend. It's going to steal everyone's thunder. It's that movie's going to, they want to get as much distance as they could.
Yeah.
So they gave it an extra 2 days, and it worked.
I'm wondering how that movie's going to do, Tropic Thunder. I mean,
gonna do real well.
I'm not going to say anything about it. People just wait.
Why?
Because I don't want to say anything about it yet. I'm just going to wait.
Why aren't you going to say anything about it yet?
What, Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Because I just want to wait. I just want to keep people waiting. That's all.
You can keep people waiting, but they won't hear what I have to say about it.
You can say what you want to say.
Yeah, I think it's going to do real well, dude. It was funny as hell.
All right.
I left my ass off at that movie.
Okay.
Now you won't hear that in the review this week.
No, because I told you.
You told me, but you didn't tell them. Now you have to apologize to the audience.
No, I don't.
Yes,
Screw them. I work hard for the audience. I ain't got to give them shit. I'll let you apologize to them. I ain't saying shit to them.
Yeah, see, Corey forgot to email me, and apparently all the phones of the Spill crew all broke down at once. And so I didn't know that they were recording this week, even though I attempted to record the review earlier last week.
Now, I sent you an apology for that.
You sent me an apology, but you did not apologize to the audience. This is a Carlisle-free week for
and this
them.
is the reason
they get
why.
No Carlisle.
I tell you what, I'm not apologizing to the audience because I worked my ass off this weekend for the audience. I didn't even have a weekend this weekend. And I did that working for the audience. So the audience,
hear that, guys?
I don't give a
shit. He doesn't give a shit.
I'd give a big shit. I mean, I got a brick coming out my ass for this audience.
I think I watched that.
Exactly. A cinder block. Tonight, when I went to go eat dinner, that was my first time having a time to myself this weekend. And that is the reason why I pretty much forgot to send out a notification to everybody because I was just exhausted, man. You try passing a cinder block out your ass for people. And you'd be exhausted too.
Dude, I have hobbies.
That was apparently cinder block passing is my hobby. So anyway, I did go last night to see The Dark Knight again for a couple of hours. And that movie, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your thunder.
No.
Number one, go ahead.
No.
You got soul coming out your asshole. Come on, let's hear it.
Number one. Had to go for the Joe Cocker. Number one. You're the best, number one, the top of the heap, number one.
I got to grab a spoon and put it on your tongue. You're having a seizure over there. What can we say? Dark Knight.
Dark Knight for the 4th week in a row, ladies and gentlemen.
26
Holy
million.
Crap.
For the last 3 days. $441 million is what it's up to right now. And 551,000.
It's almost the number 2 domestic.
Yeah, they say there's a chance it could beat Titanic if you include inflation. But they say it's destined to be number 2.
Well, but you say if you include inflation, the list we know as the top grossing movies of all time does not take inflation into account. Never has. There's an inflation list that if you count inflation with tickets, and that was that blog that MDS wrote about. But typically what we have always considered from the dawn of time to be, the highest grossing list, the ones we always refer to, never includes inflation.
Well, you should consider inflation because it's interesting what this movie would have to do
in theory
to beat Titanic and to
absolutely.
beat Star Wars.
But
$1 billion to beat Star Wars,
and to beat Gone with the Wind for Christ's
and
sake.
Gone, I mean, and $900 million to beat Titanic. If you go by those standards back then, I mean. That's kind of impressive to me if it could really do that. But
now I'm high. I mean, the thing is at this point, it's almost impossible. I mean, and that's simply because we've evolved into different. No,
I agree. Yeah,
I mean, most of the films that appear on those lists, predate.
DVD, home video, VHS,
and predate cable television when you need it, when you could actually wait for it to come on. You saw it in the theater, you didn't see it, and the good movies came back time and again.
Well, Titanic actually was around.
Well, Titanic was around for home video, but Titanic was pre-piracy, and Titanic played to an audience that surprised everyone. Titanic didn't make its money just off of your normal moviegoers. It brought in the 35-plus crowd. And that crowd came again and again, and women brought... The thing is...
35-plus, it was a 13-year-old girl crowd, too, that kept going.
They came again and again and again. And the thing about that movie was it became kind of an event, and it became something to do. And the weirdest thing about that movie, that makes that movie unlike any other, is that it never had a weekend where it broke $30 million. Every weekend was $10, $15 million.
Well, now, if that's true, that's even more impressive.
Months.
I mean,
straight.
I mean, because that's even more impressive. I mean, I got to give it to Titanic. I'm not a big fan of the movie, but for the phenomena that movie is incredible. And you're right. Given this time, this business that we have, I don't think we're ever going to see that because we're just going to keep evolving into a more specialized industry.
Again, you get down into the futility of talking about numbers. I mean, it comes down to everything is relative, and Titanic is its own thing. It's really weird. It's a movie that it's the highest grossing movie of all time. Not counting inflation. It tied for most Oscars ever awarded, with 11 Oscars.
That's what got me, man. All the Oscar stuff for that movie.
It's not well regarded in history. In history it's talked about like that, but you listen to critics talk about it. You listen to the up and coming film crowd, and people don't love that movie. It's not revered like Gone with the Wind is. It's not revered like Casablanca. It's kind of sniped at a lot.
No, because that movie got lucky with Leonardo DiCaprio because girls love
it didn't get
because
lucky. It was
girls want to kiss Leonardo DiCaprio and they imagine themselves being Kate Winslet and drowning with his ass. So
see, and this is exactly what I'm talking about.
But
not being well regarded.
I know it's not well regarded.
About the things it accomplished, and you're like, "Fuck that movie, man! It got lucky."
No, it did get lucky. I mean, it really did. I mean, because a movie like that, had it not had that, I got to give it to James Cameron for putting that romantic angle in there because a lot of people wanted to see that movie. A lot of people just wanted to go and see the Titanic sink, and I thought that's all it was going to be. And then you go in, and these girls want to be kissing Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm like, wow, hey, look, good for that movie. As much as I might not love it,
it's what we call lightning in a bottle. It's one of those things that can never be duplicated. It's such a part of its time and place.
And something will come up that'll be another phenomenon, but we will never predict it.
Sure. So, no, I mean, hell, like it's like The Dark Knight. Warner Brothers is just stunned and in shock. They keep interviewing Christopher Nolan, and he's like, we had no idea.
Yeah, we're just making a movie.
They were just making a movie, and Warner Brothers didn't see this kind of... What's really... The thing is it did so well because of just what happened, just the events that surrounded it.
Yeah.
And so many people saw it and... had such great buzz that other people are going, just because it's like, well, I guess we have to see what everyone else is talking about.
Well, they just want. That's what they said. They said they get a lot of older people who have seen. What's this Dark Knight? What's this? I'm going to go see this.
And then they walk out going, "Wow, that was really good."
Yeah. They just wanted it to surpass the first movie. Really, they just said if you make more than $205 million, we'll be pleased with that. And they're like, God damn, we did what? This Batman's a son of a bitch. I have to say, man, after seeing it for a second time, that is a tight movie. I don't even mean tight as in slang. I'm like 2.5 hours, not a wasted moment. In that movie.
That's exactly when I went and saw it again, because I remember being so exhausted because that last half an hour, you're just like, oh my God, what else could possibly happen? Once you know that's coming, it doesn't feel drawn out at all. It just kind of flies by. And
well, that was a major complaint. And when I say major, I don't even mean major. Some people's like they were saying, if I had to find something wrong with this movie, it might be a little too long. And I have to say, and this isn't me even loving Batman that much, wanting to like this movie. No, looking at it as at a filmmaking point of view, that is an incredible film, man. Yeah. The music in that movie is incredible.
No, it scares the crap out of me. First of all, I hate the fact that everybody's talking about Batman 3. I love the fact that people are starting to get tired of hearing about Batman 3, especially since they haven't even announced Batman 3.
They're going to do it, though.
No, everybody knows they're going to do it, but Christopher Nolan is sitting on a beach somewhere. The best thing I heard was Moriarty over on Ain't It Cool News said, you know what's happening right now? Christopher Nolan is on vacation and doesn't want to think about anything that has to do with Batman, and Warner Brothers is just sitting there counting their big boxes of money.
Yeah, and they said he'll call us. They even said, we're just waiting on him to call us.
Yeah, and it'll happen, but it's not going to happen anytime soon, and it's going to happen on Nolan's dime. Now, here's what's going to be interesting about the next one. Nobody's going to second-guess Nolan at all. And this is going to be that film where Nolan really gets to do anything he wants to, and this is his one chance to prove that he is an uber genius.
Well, I'm always of the thought that if there was anybody holding him back on this one, that was a great balance. I just hope he doesn't go crazy with the next one, which I don't think he will.
And that's where I am as well. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. I do not want him to. You know, you find this out. It's like what happened with Southland Tales. You know, there are some directors who are geniuses when they are tempered by other people. You look at George Lucas. George Lucas is a prime example. When he was working with guys who weren't afraid to say, no, George, that's stupid, do it again, he made a great trilogy. When everybody thought he was some kind of man god and could do no wrong, he made the shittiest trilogy known to man. Okay, not the shittiest, because they're about to make a third film for that stupid vampire series.
What, Underworld?
They're about to make a third Underworld film. So that's actually the shittiest trilogy known to man.
All right, you want to get all these vampires after your ass. The people love those Underworld movies.
Oh, man. God, and and people also, drool on themselves and ride short buses to school. I'd like to see the percentage of instances of that. I fucking hate the Underworld films. They're god fucking awful.
Uh-oh. You're going to get it now.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to get it. Those films are ass. But everybody always says the same fucking thing, and I want to smack the shit out of them, because the same fucking thing is Tomb Raider. Because they're like, yeah, but I like seeing Kate, what's her name, in the tight pants. Oh, that's so hot.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there is. It's called the internet. Don't go and pay for a shitty movie to see her wearing tight clothes.
I've never paid, so that's my deal. I've always gone and saw these movies for free, and I could see my ass without having to put a dime into the Underworld movies.
Yeah,
I think the two Batman movies complement themselves so well, and this is a far superior movie. The second one, yeah, and I am nervous about what they would do with the third one, but they'll take their time, and hopefully, if it's going to be in anybody's hands, in good hands, it would be with Christopher Nolan.
And let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that the fan base's love of this film brings Nolan back for a second one, and he doesn't Tim Burton out.
Brings him back for a second one or third one?
Or a third one.
Yeah. No,
he doesn't Tim Burton out on this.
No, wait a couple of years, 3 years, let him do some other movies, get it out of his system, and then come back and do it again.
Yeah, but it does need to be said. Nothing has been announced. There's no one's in talks. Nobody's written a script. Nobody knows what the next villain is. And I guarantee you that Nolan's gonna, if he's attached to it, he's gonna sit down. They're gonna take their time and figure out the perfect thing.
Now I'll tell you what is good about this, giving him a lot of control. we're not going to get a Spider-Man 3 where they come in and they say, we want
Exactly.
this, and that, because that's what happened with Spider-Man 3. It turned that shit out too quick. They came in and put too many hands into it, demanded that they have
It's
a
not
villain.
that they turned it out too quick. It's that they said, we really like the script, but we want you to put Venom in it. Nobody likes the Vulture. Nobody's going to want to see a Vulture movie. And they got it wrong because he didn't want. He's like, look, this is exactly, and this leads into the whole Clone Wars phenomenon, where this is where the studio heads sit on the internet and go, see, look, Fanboy1239 from Ohio says that he wants a Venom movie, and all of his buddies want to see a Venom movie. Clearly, Sam, you got to make us a Venom movie. All right, fine, I'll make the fucking Venom movie.
Yeah,
and then, but you have a filmmaker making a film about a character he doesn't even like.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the problem. You could have made a movie with Venom, and they could have made it well. They just crowbarred it into a film and didn't know how to do it.
They needed to wait for Sam to leave and to get another director to do Venom. A director that loves the Venom story, that knows the Venom story by heart, knows the best issues, and knows how to tell one.
I'll have somebody write the script. And I mean, I think he could even direct that.
Raimi just didn't love Venom. He just didn't like.
But he's a
the
good enough
character.
director. If given a good enough script, he can work with it. I mean, they just tried to force that character in there. Venom, we've been wanting Venom for years. So anyway, back to Batman 3. Yeah, I don't hold your breath right now. And that's what they do after every successful movie. It's like, what's happening next? Like, it's going to come out next week.
No, what I want to talk about, I want to talk about what's actually coming out next week. I mean, that's, next week is going to be an interesting week. And this past weekend was interesting. And, it's...
Well,
Let's
speaking
just
of
focus
what's...
on that, we've still got... Oh, my God. You know what I saw today?
What?
You saw it, too, actually. That new Harry Potter trailer, big on the screen. Half-Blood Prince?
Yeah.
Man, how fucking cool does that look?
Look, let me tell you something. You want to know my favorite series out there? Harry Potter. I think that, say what you want to about the first two movies. I know it's always said Christopher Columbus.
No, I like those. The only one I don't like is 4.
And see, four was a letdown for me because the third one's my favorite. But when I say letdown, it's because I really wanted that director back. But I mean, they vary in quality; they go up and down. But when I say that, also, I mean like they are consistently good.
Yeah,
and
except for 4.
Well, I even like 4. I mean, I think that they're all well-made movies.
4 comes from the problem is in the book. And I know I've got a bunch of fans out there that love Harry Potter, and I'm sorry to say, I've got to be one of those guys. Why didn't they cast the fucking spell on his shoes? If they needed Harry Potter to go into this magical otherworld, why not put it on something that only Harry would touch? Why put it on the big prize at the end so they have to manipulate all these events to have him touch the prize to go into this other realm?
So I don't even remember that much.
Dumbest thing, exactly.
Exactly.
It's a lame ass movie. And you know what? I'm glad Alfonso Cuarón didn't direct that, because he went on instead to direct Children of Men.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Instead of a 4th Harry Potter movie by him, we got Children of Men, which fucking ruled.
Yeah, no, Children of Men, one of the biggest underrated movies. But
point is, that trailer, holy God, was that?
No, it's going to see. I'll tell you what I like about the Harry Potter movies is that they actually grow with the characters. I like the fact that they started out kind of as children's movies, and they've gotten progressively darker and more disturbing. And the last one was PG-13. I mean, the third one was PG-13.
You know what I love?